that's the name of the game. Keep running, keep striving, maintain the same hunger, that fire, that burning desire. In this long run, I'm reaching higher now. Long run, yeah, a long game. Through the struggle, through the pain, I keep my eyes on the prize. Never lose sight in this marathon of life. I'm running through the night.
Well. Good morning, and welcome. What the business is, everybody. Roll Tide. Happy Tuesday to you. It's me, Piano Man, back with you one more time. I see that the camera's back up and running and all that good stuff, but I'm happy to be here. So thankful that you stuck it out with me yesterday. Thankful to my big brother B Sharp that helped keep things going until I could get it, try to get it back on track. You know how technology is, but hey, it's all good. Thank you, B Sharp, for helping little brother out there. And I don't take it lightly. And thank you to all of that were in the chat. Thank you to the Long Run Nation. But thank you for coming this morning to the morning run and everything. Good morning, Stephen. Roll Tide. Good morning, Latoya. Roll Tide. Those were my first two. We the first three up in here this morning. But we're just glad to be here on this morning. I hope everyone is having a beautiful day. Those of you that are watching on Twitter or X, glad to see you. Good morning, Double L, my main man. Good morning, and Roll Tide to you. Man, it's just good to be a part of a family that we all have some things in common. And one of that being the Alabama Crimson Tide. But we have a lot of different things in common. And then those things that we don't share in common, we just bring it to the table, and we learn to celebrate that. Twister, what's up, my man? Twister, the Windwalker 28, Roll Tide. I'm at work, but I'm listening. Thank you. Just don't get in trouble. Listen, I'm you know what? I'm already dreading the end of this month because the crazy thing about it all is this right here. The 23rd of July will be the last show for the morning run. Now, I will tell you what that's going to look like right quick is that one of the things that will happen is that on times that I am off, I will have a morning show. So some of those times will be few and far between. I'm going to tell you what's on the, okay, you're on the road. Okay, be safe, bro. Be safe. Please be safe. Let me tell you, but the way that's going to look is on times that I am off from school, I will have a morning show, either a morning show, or if it's on a Monday, I have two shows. I would go back and do that. I'm just trying to keep things going, keep the camaraderie, keep things pleasant, and things like that. Y'all excuse me. My voice is leaving me. Now, it is water, y'all, but I know how y'all think with the mason jars. I know what the business be with those mason jars. But anyway, July the 23rd, that will be the last morning run show. And then we will go back to the long run at 5 p.m. Now, I saw where Stephen asked the question, who enjoys the morning run or the evening? I hope you enjoy both. I hope you enjoy both. But I did the morning run because, I was noticing that at certain times of the day, nobody was on. So I decided to take that slot and everything. Oh, yeah, Stephen, I was going to get to that in just a minute. But I was going to take that slot. And it's been working out pretty good. You're here. We have lookers. We have saints, ain'ts, and friends. We have lurkers. We have ghostwriters. We have all kinds of stuff going on. People looking and everything. But we're so thankful for everybody that just stops by. Thankful for the 401k crew whenever they can get here and they're in. I'm thankful for them. Gil, Carla, Susan, JB, Gary, Dwight, Uncle Jay. We don't get a chance to talk about him much. KT, all of them, everybody that makes up that 401k crew. And we're just glad that they're part of it, of the long run and everything. And they help keep me straight. I don't listen all the time, but but they do the best that they can. But no, serious business. They're good advisors, and they're just good advisors. And Gil, my boy, all those guys. I just love everybody on the 401k crew, but I love the whole Bama Nation. I love everybody. Let me give you this piece of word of wisdom this morning, but I'm going to take two separate things and I'm going to tie it all together right quick. Most of us on here are familiar with church in some type of way. And if you haven't figured it out that I am, well, welcome. I am. I love the Lord and I love his word and I love everything about church. Well, I don't love everything about church, but anyway. But last night, there she is, Double A, Roll Tide. There she is, y'all. It's off to a great start, Double A. I'm just getting off. I want to show you something and everything, and I'm gonna make a correlation somewhere. I was getting ready to do my morning devotion and all that good stuff, and something occurred to me. I looked at my Bible and I just paid attention. The Bible is composed of 66 books, 66 books. And every book in the Bible, according to that Bible, was inspired, written by men, but inspired by God. Okay. All right. But it is amazing to me that in these 66 books, y'all, there are an infinitive amount of interpretation, which is a fancy way of saying no two people view the Bible alike. No two people view God the same. No two people view Jesus the same. Just like it probably in the Quran, it says what it says, but no two Muslims view those scriptures the same. I don't think. I've never been Muslim. I have relatives that are Muslim, but I've never had that particular conversation with them. And if there are any Islamic people watching, shout out to you. But there's the GM. Good morning, Bino. Good morning, Bino. Beat the GM of the group. Bino, part of the 401k crew. But no two people view God alike. No two people view Jesus alike. No two people view the Holy Spirit the same. And then there are some who don't believe in that particular aspect of it at all. No two people. But I want you to catch me on this. But everybody that believes in however it goes, they have one goal in mind, and that's one day to make it to heaven when all of this is over. Right? Right. That's what it is. I've never read, like we say, we've never read where it's a sign that says we want Vanderbilt or we want Syracuse or we want this, but everybody says we want Bama. Well, I haven't heard anybody say yet that they want to go to hell when they die. Whether you believe or not, I've never heard anybody say they want to go to hell. Everybody wants to go to heaven. So that's the ultimate. People believe in heaven and all that good stuff, whether they believe in all of the process of the Bible or whatever scripture, whatever form of scripture they believe. But here's the point that I'm making. So many times people fuss and fall out about religion and politics to a point to where people don't even speak to each other and all that good stuff. That's why I don't do it much on here, because I'd rather see people get along and you have your own opinion and your own belief, as opposed to speaking your belief and not being able to get along with folks here in the chat, because this is about sports. All right. Now, what's my correlation? No two fans are going to view the Alabama Crimson Tide the same. No two fans. We're not going to view it the same. But we all have one goal in mind, but really two goals. Tell you what that is: win the SEC championship and win the Natty. That's what the goals are. That's what those goals are. But when people view JB, the governor, there he is, y'all. He's back. JB, glad to have you back, man. JB been on the road, and man, I'm kind of jealous, but I'm jealous in a godly way. JB went to visit his mom and everything, and man, that's worth its weight in gold. Dwight, my producer's here, the governor's here, my producer's here, and the GM is here. I'm good to go. The three big ones are here. All right. But no two people view the tide the same. So whenever we can learn to celebrate the fact that no two people view it the same, it's not a right way, it's not a wrong way, but it's a respectful way, then I think we can all get along. Because just like no two people view the Bible the same, no two people view God the same, no two people view Jesus the same, and I said no two people view the Holy Spirit the same, whether you believe in it, whether you don't. The one element is that we all believe is that we want to make it to heaven. That's what I'm getting at. Well, when it comes down to this Alabama Crimson Tide, what we got to do is put our differences aside and it's okay to see the Tide a little different than the next person, but fuss and fall out about it like some church folks do. That's all I'm saying. Don't fuss and fall out about it because you see something different and the person that you're chatting with might not see it the same and everything. And then all of a sudden, everybody just gets all mad and bent out of shape and then stop speaking. No, that's not how it goes. I would rather, like I said, just learn to get along. Everybody learn to get along. I learned that just got that analogy this morning, just looking at the Bible, 66 books. And if you lined up 10 people, nobody views those 66 books the same, but we all want to go to the streets made of gold and walk through the pearly gates and sing when the saints go marching in and all that good stuff. And, and regardless, and then it depends on your religious belief and background of even what's that all about. So there are some things that only God and time will settle. And as it relates to the Alabama Crimson Tide, there are some things that only the coaches and the players can settle. And we fans have to sit in the stands and just keep our opinion. And we can sit there and play armchair quarterback, keyboard warrior, and all that kind of stuff. But it still doesn't settle anything. So I'm just saying to everybody this morning, it's okay to have your opinion. It's all right. But let's not start other factions and get mad and all that kind of stuff. Because we all have one goal, well, two goals in mind again. Win the SEC championship. I'm going to say 3 this year. Win the SEC championship, win the Natty, and beat everybody that beat us last year. And continue to beat the ones that we won last year. Y'all see what I'm saying? And that will make life happy. And so if we can do all of that, I think we're going to be fine. And so with all that being said, and that's right, Stephen, at the end of the day, God has the final word. So since Stephen put that right there, I'm going to say this and I'm through with it. When you make it to heaven, there are going to be 3 surprises, 3 of them. Number 1, the folks you thought wouldn't make it did. Number 2, the folks you thought would make it didn't. And number 3, you surprised that you made it yourself. I'm going to be, man, look, I was telling my brother-in-law this the other day. When I stepped, I had him laughing. I said, I'm going to throw myself on the mercy of the court. I already know, man, the Lord going to tear me up for some stuff I knew was wrong, but I did it anyway. I ain't bragging about it, but it is what it is, y'all. I got issues. I got problems, but that's the reason I pray. And I ask God to give me another chance. And I work hard at trying to get things right. Because to a certain degree, I'm a perfectionist. Yes, I am. Oh, yeah. To a certain degree, I'm a perfectionist. And when I set my mind to do something, there is nothing that nobody can say or do to deter me. So I'm trying to do right and everything. But there's some days I slip up in my mind, Governor JB. I slip up in my mind and I say some stuff. I feel some stuff. I feel some type of way. But I have to ask God to help me. So up this upcoming season, hey, it's all right to be passionate. Be passionate about your team, but yet keep the respect, okay? And we're going to have a good season. I feel it in my bones. Now, oh, yeah, and the church said, roll tide. Let me see. DSGB 84. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, JB, Governor again, Stephen, all y'all that's in the chat. Everybody that's here. Producers here. GM is here. Governor's here. DSGB 84 is here. Yeah, everybody. Good to see everybody. Now, Stephen, front and center, sir. You know I'm coming with something crazy. I was going to do this Sunday, but I didn't come on. I said I'll hold it to Monday and forgot about it. When we were talking about the last Friday, we were talking about certain things. So we all know this past weekend was Father's Day weekend. And so at church, they gave all of the fathers bags, you know, little whatnots and this, that, and the third. Stephen made this little statement. There you are, Stephen. Wait a minute. I got to put you up on. Stephen said, I'm here. Stephen said, I'm here. Watch this here, Stephen. Stephen made the statement about Kit Kat, right? I opened my bag and look what's in my bag. That's what's in Motivated, Dedicated. What's out? What's up? This what was in my bag, Stephen. You spoke it into existence, sir. You said, Piano Man, go. You said Piano Man gonna be in the it's gonna be with the Kit Kat. And look what showed up Sunday in my bag, Stephen. So Stephen, I'm not gonna say you jinxed me, but bruh, you spoke this up Sunday. You spoke this up Sunday. I mean, you spoke it up Friday, and look what showed up on Sunday. A Kit Kat. Man, let me get out of here. Man, Stephen is a prophet. Stephen, motivated, dedicated. Okay, motivated, dedicated. Time will tell. Time will tell. That's all I'm gonna say. Time will tell. I don't know if you heard me yesterday or not, but all I'm gonna tell you is this right here: is that after Saturday, after Saturday, and just having a come to Jesus meeting with my own self, and yes, we had some glitches yesterday and everything. But I'm gonna finish my rant. I think I still have it here. Until Alabama wins the next SEC championship and go to the playoffs, the only thing that we can say is we beat Georgia. Because just like I told y'all yesterday, I'm going back to it again. And good morning, Coach Carl. Good morning. Good morning. My brother. The only thing Coach Carl will tell you, he was sitting there when this was said to me, is that Georgia, everything that Motivated, Dedicated, KJ, and NGB and other Georgia fans are saying, we may not want to give them credit for it, and we may not like what they're saying, but what they're saying is actually true. Georgia, no, now Motivated, Dedicated. You saying you're going to go 12-0? I don't think so, bro. I don't think so. But I will say this much. But until we beat y'all, not in a regular season game, but until we get to until we get to the SEC championship game again and win it, y'all the SEC champs. I'm serious. At some point or another, we Tide fans really do have to face reality. They are the champs. I'm about to tell you something. I'm about to tell you this. I had to go back and look again. They beat Texas twice with a backup quarterback. That tells you something about Texas right there. That tells you something about Texas right there. Georgia beat Texas twice with a backup quarterback. Yes, Carson Beck started part of the way. And when he got hurt, exactly, LaToya, I'm with you. You know I'm with you. But Carson Beck got hurt. In comes Gunnar Stockton. And when Gunnar Stockton comes in, either he was all about the business or Texas wasn't about the business, or Texas thought they were about the business. Because Texas had both Ewers and Manning. And either of them could beat Georgia. That's a fact. That's a fact. So, Bama fans, until we beat them in a SEC championship game or Georgia stumbles along the way, right now, they are the SEC champs, the reigning SEC champs, like it or not. You have to give them that prop. But the blessed thing about it is that as of right now, everybody is 0-0. Okay? So Motivated Dedicated is saying that Georgia's going 12-0. I give him that. I let him have that. There is nothing wrong with him saying that Georgia's going to go 12-0. There's nothing wrong with that. Now, am I sucking up to him? No, by not any stretch of the imagination. It's just time to be real. It's time to be realistic. It's time to be real. So this morning, right quick, I just want to say again, wait a minute, let me pull out this. I'm not going to be on here long today because I got some business I got to go take care of. I'm on the time schedule today, but here we go. Here we go. I'm going back over this again. Did you know Bama has not had two 1,000-yard receivers since 2021. Jameson Williams with 1,572 yards. John Mechie, I'm going back through this again, and 1,142 yards. 2021 was the last time that happened for Bama. Bryce Young threw for 4,872 yards. Yeah, JB, no more talk, but hear me out. I've been saying something for the longest, and I'm going to stick by it. I got to stick by it. Bryce Young threw for in that year of 2021, Bryce Young threw for 47 yards, 7 interceptions, but he was sacked 39 times for a negative loss of 273 yards. That's how much yardage we lost. We lost in 2021, and he still threw for over right at 5,000 yards. So sit down and think about it. The 5,000 yards could have come. Well, let's put it this way. The 5,000 yards mark was lost due to sacks that he took. 39 of them. He sure did. But let me show you something else. Here we go. In 2023, Jalen Milroe threw for 2,834 yards, 23 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, and was sacked 44 times. 44 times. For a negative total of 320-something yards, 21 yards. I'm just saying. And last year, 2024, he threw for 2,844 yards. He was 10 yards better than he was the year before. 10 yards. And 16 touchdowns, 11 interceptions, 23 sacks. 23 sacks. Jalen Milroe, 726 yards rushing. He led the team in passing. He led the team in rushing. What is Piano Man getting at? First of all, this year, yeah, we're 0-0, but let's learn a lesson. First, your quarterback cannot have more yards than your running back. That's ludicrous in thinking that something's wrong, that your quarterback is your leading passer and your leading rusher. Nah, that's not supposed to be. Like I said yesterday, balance has to be there. Balance has to be there. Number two, I've said before, I'm going to say it again, that the X factor for the Alabama Crimson Tide offensively is not the quarterback. I know a lot of us are focused on it and this, that, and the third. But you gave up 20. Let me see. That was 23. Wait a minute. Here we go. We gave up 23 sacks. 23 sacks. The O-line has to be the X factor for the offense this year. I think it's the O-line first, the quarterback second. Now, I know the quarterback is the leader of the team. I got all that. I play ball basically all my life. Everybody wants to know who the quarterback is, but the quarterback wants to know if the line that's in front of him is going to hold up for him. The running backs want to know, are the line in front of them going to block for them, open gaps so they can run through? The wideouts want to know if from tackle to tackle, will that line hold up for them enough to get a route ran, get open, and then the quarterback dumps it off. I'm telling you now, on both sides of the ball, the O-line for offense, the D-line on the defense will be the X factor. You can book that. And it's going to show. Now, watch Piano Man now. It's going to show in game one. I'm telling you. I'm being honest with you. Now, JB, coaching, yeah. But when you in year one of a new scheme and coming into how all of this came about, to a certain degree, in some aspects of it, some of that what we saw last year was going to happen. It was going to happen. We just didn't expect it to be against a team like Vanderbilt. You whip Georgia one week, and then Vandy just totally destroys Bama the next week. Coaching some, playing some. There was a lot of blame to go around. That's like what B Sharp was saying yesterday. There's enough blame to go around. But today I'm just talking about X factors. X factors. And a lot of pressure and I hope whomever is going to play quarterback doesn't feel the pressure. I mean, I know that they are, but go out there and play your game, because a lot of times everybody has limitations. And then here's the next thing. I keep telling y'all, over half of the SEC this year is starting new quarterbacks. Over 9 teams are starting new quarterbacks. When you see that happens within a conference like that, there are going to be some ups and downs. It's all going to depend on who takes to the plays quicker, who processes. You know, the teams have a camaraderie and all that good stuff. There's a lot of factors that come into play. So with that being said, yeah, this year better not have any excuses. Well, JB, going back to what I said, starting with a new quarterback. And that ain't just with Bama. That's with 8 other teams. New quarterback. When I read those things to y'all about who's coming in with new systems, how many returning starters, and this, that, and the third, Mississippi State, Bama, just a few of them. Let me see. Hold on. I'll tell you in a minute. Let me go. I'm going back to the SEC. Just give me a minute. Depth chart. Who was it? It was somebody that had a nice depth chart. Mississippi State depth chart, where they had 7 returning on offense and 5 on defense. It was one of these. It wasn't South Carolina. It wasn't Texas. Here it is. Texas A&M. Texas A&M have 7 starters on offense returning and 8 on defense returning. But their quarterback is coming back. Those are the little things that I look for. What's an excuse? It's not an excuse, sir. I beg to disagree with you. That's just a fact. Listen. Bama, Auburn, Oklahoma, Texas, Georgia, Kentucky, Missouri, Tennessee, Ole Miss. Those are 9 teams that's starting new quarterbacks. You just don't, they don't gel overnight like that, Governor. They just don't. You know that you're an athlete. They just don't. They don't gel like that overnight. This is why LSU, partly LSU is, to be quite honest with you, a lot of sports writers are actually putting LSU on up there because of Nussmeier. Because of it. Nussmeier's not a bad quarterback. He's good. The question for LSU is going to be the O-line, because they lost a lot of O-line guys to the NFL. That's a fact. That's not an excuse. That's a fact. And no 2 people play the game alike. So I'm just saying that some of the things that we're labeling as excuses, they're not excuses. It's just fact. And then you're also coming in with a new system because, okay, this is not the Saban system anymore. Saban by nature was a ground and pound type coach. He didn't get off into that passing thing until a few years down the road where they started really passing the ball. That's why, Julio Jones, he was effective in certain schemes and in certain ways, but as a total threat game in, game out, he was not. But as time went on, and then when you had your Jerry Jeudy, You had your even with your Kevin Norwood, and everything in that LSU game, we would have lost that game if it wasn't for Kevin Norwood. Yeah, TJ Yeldon scored on the touchdown, but who did AJ McCarron kept going to? Kevin Norwood. That's when things begin to turn. Then when you get Judy Ruggs, Devontae Smith, Jalen Waddle, the rest is history. I'm just saying. Okay, the coaching staff can be talked to about a bunch of stuff. But if a player's not processing it, JB, you said your own self, and I'm going to repeat your words. You said your own self that when we get to talking about 4- and 5-star players, that's high school. That's high school. That's where people get it all confused. He's a 4- and 5-star. The key word is former. That was high school. They go to camps, they go to this, and they list them as this on their potential. When they get to college, that team that signs them, they get to college. When they sign them now, a lot of those guys don't pan out. You know it. I know it. All of us just about know it. It's because they don't process. They don't. I'm about to read you something right quick. What I'm about to show. Let me go on and read it. This was last week on The Game with Ryan Fowler. And I was listening when this interview happened. Ryan Grubb was on the Ryan Fowler show. Now, okay, that's easier said than done. What if the players, they don't have the players to do that? What Coach Carl said, coaches can't play the game. They make adjustments. But if the player doesn't make the adjustment of what the coach is trying to tell him, then whose fault is it? That's the player being able not to process. It's enough blame to go around, but when a player, okay, let me get back to what I'm getting to. But I see what you're saying, JB, but I can't take that as just saying that's an excuse. No, some of this stuff is just facts. It's just a fact. Now, here's what Ryan Grubb, when the subject of the quarterbacks came up, Ryan Grubb broke down all 3 quarterbacks. I'm going to take time to read. Here we go. This is what he said about Ty Simpson. Listen to what's being said, okay? Grubb said if Alabama had to play a game tomorrow, he keeps reiterating that, Ty Simpson would be the Crimson Tide starting quarterback. Now listen to this. Ty took care of the football better. He operated better. I thought he improved. Now this is, and I heard Grubb say this, I thought he improved for an older quarterback. I know he's young. I know he's young to playing and starting experience. But as an older guy, I thought, especially toward the latter part of the spring, he started to show more of those characteristics. Now, if anybody ain't reading in between the lines, they're part of a problem or a problem that existed. You know. All right. Keelan Russell, and that's all he said about Ty Simpson. Keelan Russell, he says Keelan has elite vision. I'll start there because I think it always starts there. When you go out on the field at a 7-on-7 tournament, you're watching quarterback. You're looking for guys, how fast they are, finding the movement indicator, how fast they are seeing a coverage change. How fast is the ball coming out of their hand? Decision to ball out of their hand and how clean they see everything and put it together. Keelan has a very innate ability to do that. I would suspect He's been able to do that for a long time, kind of that craft, as he has started understanding coverages more and things like that. And certainly as he has gotten more comfortable in our offense. You can really see the plays when it's light. He really understands this concept. This is a groove play for him, and he's making decisions really, really quickly. He's making decisions quickly, and he's getting the ball to the right people. I think as a young player, when you see that, you're like, wow, this guy's really got a chance. And there's a lot of stuff that he says that he goes on to say concerning Keelan Russell. There's a lot more to that. He said the majority of the stuff about Keelan, but here's what he said about Austin Mack. Austin, first of all, he's a really big guy, 6'6" and a half, 235, and he can really run and move around. If you're walking out on the field and watching all the guys throw, you be looking at Austin, and he's probably your best pure thrower, just power, the tempo of the football, and where he can put it. Touch. He is a pure thrower of the ball. He's just like Keelan, still developing as a decision maker and still getting command of the offense. And certainly the reps he's been getting, excuse me, and certainly the reps he's been able to get this spring and even this summer already is really what he didn't have his first 2 years, because he just wasn't in a position to be a backup or in a competitive role for the starting position. So now all the coaching and reps he's been getting, I feel like he's growing every week. He's more mobile than people think. He's extremely intelligent. And for Austin, he probably picks up stuff as fast, if not faster, than anybody in the room. He's very, very smart kid. Now it's just letting the game slow down for him, letting him make the easy plays look easy, because when he's on and pushing the ball when he's supposed to, because when he's on and pushing the ball where it's supposed to go, I told him, and I mean it, when you go out to an NFL team and you watch some guys throw before the game, that's what they look like. That's how Austin is. He's incredibly talented kid. Now, that came from Ryan Grubb himself. I was listening to the interview. I was listening to the interview. I've said it before. I'm going to say it again. Just don't give a guy a position to start because he's been loyal. You don't do that in no sport. You give the guy the position, you give the person the position because they've shown that they can play the game. They can do whatever it takes to win. And they can go up against a first-team defense or offense and succeed. That's all I'm saying. Succeed. Now, what you have here are three guys. He's saying, Grubb is saying that if, the key word is if we were to play tomorrow, yes, Ty Simpson would be the starter. He said if, because he protected better, he protected the ball better, the decision-making, this, that, and the third. But you cannot rule out the things that he said about the other two quarterbacks. That's why I'm of the firm persuasion that, okay, I'll say it's Ty Simpson's to lose, yeah, but you can't rule out Keelan and Austin Mack when your offensive coordinator is saying what he's saying about them. But the fact still going to remain is that none of them have started a college game. That's all Piano Man is saying. And that's not an excuse. That's a fact. And the game, and notice what he said about Austin, that he's got to that the game's going to have to slow down for him. That's a mental thing. And some of that you can't coach. That's a thing where he's going to have to, each quarterback has a different mental capacity, and we all know that. But that's going to be up to that coach. I mean, excuse me, that's going to be up to the player to either settle himself down or be all amped up and make mistakes and put the whole team in jeopardy. If you see that as a coach, and a coach still sees that and continues to leave that player in there, yes, that's on the coach. Yes, that's on the coach. But by that same token, if the coach sees that and says, I'm not going to have that, and nips that in the bud early, then that's on the player. That's on the player not making an adjustment within himself, not having it within himself. So I'm just saying that what some things that we're labeling as excuses, some things are just fact, because none of us approach the game the same. None of us do. No two players approach it the same. They don't. So when the coaches coach towards that, that's like what was being said a lot of times. That's coaching to their strength. Okay. Say, hold up. And that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. I've said this before. I'm gonna be verbatimly say it again. Don't give Ty the job because of loyalty alone. Don't do that. No. Give him the position because he earned it. He can process the plays. He can run the offense. He can keep a defense on the heels. He makes the right decisions. All of those things that Ryan Grubb was saying that needs to be done in a quarterback, let that be the sole reasons or the reasons that this person gets the starting job. That's all I'm saying. Those are facts there. That's facts. Where the excuses come in is when we just come up with just these willy-nilly reasons for leaving a guy in. That's just me now. But all I'm saying is don't just write the guys off, but don't write them in at the same time. Let them play it out. Let them battle it out. And then the right decision will be made. But Alabama is in a position this year that they haven't been in a long time, where now you've got 3 guys who have never started. At least, I'm going to say this, at least Gunnar Stockton has played a little bit. Nussmeier has played. Aguilar has played at the new quarterback at Tennessee. He was starter out there at UCLA. I'm not sure about the others, but those I can name. Only has played here and there. Austin played and made a throw to Rico Scott that was pretty as all get out, pretty you want to see. Touchdown. Keelan still in high school. So no, we don't. But you know what, JB? We don't say that the wide receivers on the hot seat, but to a certain degree, sometimes we do. Sometimes we do. Because we kind of say it without saying it, okay? But you're right, though. We only criticize the players due to the play on the field. You got that, and you know what? And you're exactly right. But JB, let me ask this question. When we talk about the play on the field, no, I'm not going to ask that. I'm not going to ask that because that might spark. Not from you. It might spark something else that I don't really want to go off into and everything. I'm just going to leave that right there, that what you just said, and you're exactly right. You're right. Stephen, I'm not saying Ty shouldn't get it. I'm just saying, don't give it to him because he's been there the longest. If Ty, okay, notice what Coach Grubb said about protecting the ball. Protecting the ball. If the guy is not a ball protector, the opposite of that is he's an unprotector. So you don't need that. That's not what we're wanting. I'm just saying, yeah, Ty has just as much chance as anyone else. I didn't say that he did. I'm just saying, just don't give it to him because of loyalty. The loyalty stuff is what's, it's what's getting us in trouble sometimes. And it gets all teams in trouble. Loyalty a lot of times. And the person that you're giving the keys to is they're not ready for that. Earn it. Exactly. Earn it. But a lot of people are questioning Ty's ability because here we go. I'm turning the page when I say this. Ty was there for 2 years and couldn't beat Milroe out. What was the reason? What was the reason? But now that Milroe's gone, Ty has a shot to carry the team. The question is, will he? Me personally, I think he has what it takes. But you got 2 quarterbacks breathing down your neck that's going to push you. And that's what he needs. I'm just saying. Just earn it. All I want Ty to do is earn it. I want to hear a coach come out and say, Ty's the dude. He has earned it. I don't want to hear nothing about he's been there for 4 years and he remained with the system and he remained loyal. He remained loyal and all that kind of stuff. I'm with you, AA. I'm with you. Prime example, what Pete's saying about Ty. The Commanders had a quarterback who's been with the NFL long, but who's the starter? Exactly. Wait a minute, I gotta start that one. AA, where yours at? Start that. Steven, I need to start yours. It's one more. It's a statement right here, right there. 3 statements. Because those statements are what you're saying. All of them are true. But I'm telling y'all now, this loyalty stuff has got, y'all forgive me, but I'm an old player from the old school, and I watched that loyalty thing cause even where I played way back in high school. I saw that loyalty thing cause us to get our tails kicked because you wouldn't put the players in that could actually play and go in and help you win the game. But no, you were trying to please a parent. No, you're trying to please a booster. No, you were trying to please this, trying to please that, trying to please the other. I've seen loyalty destroy teams. I've seen them do it. I've seen it happen. That's why I'm adamant about it, because I've witnessed it. You got good players on the sideline who could run rings around some of your so-called starters. And that is on the coach. But you know what, Stephen? All right, wait a minute. Hold it. Don't go nowhere, Stephen. Exactly. That's on the coaches. But when the coaches don't have the guts. I want to say something else. Lord knows I'm trying to stay right in this now. But when coaches don't have the guts to pull that trigger. Good morning, Nick. Good to see you. Roll Tide. But when coaches don't have the guts to pull the trigger and say, head to the showers, young man. Head to the showers, young man. When we don't, that's on coaching. I never said it wasn't. I never said it wasn't. I just said that all of it is not on coaching. All of it is not. But there's some things that there's a player responsibility. But the things that are on coaches, the coaches need to bear the brunt of the responsibility. That's all Piano Man is saying. Don't just give it to anybody because they've been loyal. No. 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 Dr. Crystal, good morning. Roll Tide. Oh, okay, JB. JB, I'd have told you about. Look here, JB. Look here, Governor. I'm going to impeach you now. You should have said it like that at first. That ain't how you put it at first. Now I can get with that. Now that's an excuse. But, I mean, but now it's time to come with it. Plan your work your plan. But if the player is not performing, get his butt out of there. And I'm going to say it. I wasn't going to say it and everything. But now I'm going to say it because the governor done forced my hand. You can tell that in practice. Come on now. You're going up against some of the best in the world in practice. And you're going to leave a dude in there who can't read his head from a hole in the ground. Come on now. Come on now. Come on now. I'm just saying. That loyalty stuff. See, y'all found out what my Achilles heel is. I just don't, I believe in being loyal to God because God's going to do what's right. But folks, people, man, no. Folks will take your loyalty and tell you to suck it. Yeah. That's what they're going to tell you to do. And give it to whom they feel is worthy. That's why I didn't really want to go there, because I take it personal. See, Governor, there you go. I'm trying to be nice, Governor. Some folks just won't let me be peaceful. I'm like Dave Chappelle in The Nutty Professor. I'm trying to be peaceful. I'm trying to be peaceful. But it's crucial. And all eyes. And listen, I'm going back. I got to get ready to get out of here. Man, I just got stuck on one subject and everything. But it's all cool and fine and dandy. I love the chat. I love it. But listen, all eyes, no matter who's starting what, no matter who's doing what, all eyes are on Alabama. I'm telling you, all eyes are on Bama. All eyes are on Bama. Why? Because we're the standard. But until we win SEC championship, until then, Georgia are the SEC champion, whether we like it or not. We've got to take that thing from them. They got all the bragging rights. They got them. I'm serious. They got them. They have the bragging rights. Yes, we beat them. But what do they counter with? Y'all lost to Vandy. Vandy the very next week. That can't happen this year, y'all. That can't happen. We can't go into Athens and beat them and then come back to Saban Field and lose to Vandy. Just saying. That's the reality of it. When the coaches start doing that, the player will believe more. Yeah. I mean, man, head to the showers, young man. Call it a day. I'm going to put it to you like this, Nick. All I'm saying is, and I said this at the early part of the show, we going to see Game one. Game one gonna tell it all. Game one, well, it may not tell it all. Let me take that back. Game one will reveal what's what. Because I'm finna tell you something. Florida State gonna bring that fire. Trust me when I tell you, because there's some Florida States wanting to prove too. See, don't take that element out of the game. Dr. Crystal, I said I wasn't gonna go there, but since you went there, dear, I'm gonna hang out with you if you don't mind. I think, me personally, I think that he should have been pulled in the Vandy game and the Oklahoma game, especially those two. Well, I think if he had been pulled in the Vandy game, the rest of the loss would not have come. I'm going to put it like that. I'm going back to something that JB said. Wait a minute. Let me go back to that statement. Hold up, JB. Hope you don't mind me using this again. Here we go. When JB said that when the coaches started doing that, the players would believe more. I promise you, I guarantee you, if they had pulled him, and I ain't just talking about pulling him, I'm gonna say and bench him. I bet you all that who shot John that came out in that Oklahoma game, it would not have happened. It would not have happened. The game, like missing Caleb Odom wide open in a Tennessee game, that wouldn't have happened. There's a difference. Come on, athletes, help me out here. There's a difference in pulling someone and benching someone. When you pull them, you pulling them for many reasons. That sends out mixed signals. But when you bench them, now you sending a message. You're sending a message. And guess what? And they know why they're being benched. If they're honest with themselves, Crystal, like you were saying about honesty. See, a lot of times, I got to get out of here. A lot of times we want loyalty, but that we want to reward loyalty, but we won't tell people the truth. We won't be honest with them. And when a defense can set up and say, oh, it's okay. We know they beat Georgia like that, and we know they beat LSU like that, but I see the weakness. I see what the weakness is. And the weakness is A, B, C, D, F, G. And when that defense prepared for those offensive weaknesses, what happened? We lost to Vandy. We lost to Tennessee. We lost to Oklahoma, and we lost to Michigan. And I noticed, if you notice, all those teams that we lost to had one thing in common. They took the edge away from Milroe. They took the edge away from it. And then that came from not running the ball. See, that balanced attack. That's all I'm saying. Balance. That came from not having a quarterback who could just read over the middle. A lot of that. See, so yes, not just pulled, but yes, in some way he should have been benched to send him a message. To send him a message. Now I know a lot of the folks ain't gonna like this, and people that hear it, the lookers and lurkers that's up in there and not liking what I'm saying, you ain't gotta like it. But I'm saying this time, today, as of 6/17/2025, don't reward nobody because of loyalty. Loyalty is what keeps a team down. But if a player is loyal but can play and can process and do what it takes to win the game, then play him. Yes, if he's got all those qualities, yes. But just loyalty alone, shoot, I'm loyal to. Look here, I'm loyal I'm loyal to how can I put it? I'm loyal to sweet potato pie. But let me tell you something else what that sweet potato pie do. In excess, man, it runs your A1C up, it tears up other organs, all that kind of stuff. So is it worth it? Loyalty. We loyal to a lot of stuff, but does it really work? What's up, Ephraim? So this year, see, ain't nobody gonna let the inmates run the asylum. Can't do it. Can't do it. Can't afford to do it. Just because a team is player-led, that don't mean that the players run the joint. That ain't see, and I think that's where a lot of people misconstrue that player-led team. Player-led just simply means it's just some accountability on the field. But see, and that was lacking last year. Can't be that this year. Can't be that this year. And so if you can't do it, then if the doorknob hits you where the good Lord split you, that just simply means you stuck on the door. So you're gonna get caught up on the knob. I say it. So I'm just saying, this year, no excuses. If you ain't doing it, well, I'm glad. Hey, you know what? I'm tired of pussyfooting around. I'm tired of sparing folks feeling, trying to just be nice about some stuff and everything. And everything, and then you got these false narratives and false hope. No, call it for what it is. Call it for what it is. And then and by the way, and JB, it don't make me fair weather for saying it. I'm just honest. I got to be honest. So my words, I understand. Wrong choice of word. I just said anyway. Anyway, I'm just saying what I'm saying. I'm just saying what I'm saying. I'm just trying to, Governor, I'm always trying to keep the peace, but I ain't gonna go there, man. But anyway, but it's time. That's part of that heart to heart. That's part of that heart to heart. And Coach Carl has shared some things about the Tide, and I'll be glad when Coach Carl's show, if he's still on here, I hope and pray that he starts his show real soon so I can listen. I learned a lot from Coach Carl, Coach Sean, B Sharp. I learned a lot from them guys. I go and look at other websites and things like that and learn a lot from what these coaches are saying. And man, there's a lot of info out there. Now, if that's not your grit, I understand. But also know what's happening out there. Know what's happening with your team. That's in any fan base. Before you criticize them, know what's going on with them. Know what's happening with them. Because all that glitters is not gold. Hey, Susan. Susan. You remember when Stephen was talking about last week, when Stephen was talking about Piano Man gonna be with the Kit Kat, be eating the Kit Kat. Remember, however he put that about the Kit Kat. How about we had church Sunday, we're honoring fathers, right? And they gave all the fathers a little happy. So when I get home, I open up my bag and a lot of little whatnots in there. And at the bottom of the bag was a Kit Kat bar. Stephen was prophetic. Stephen told me that the Kit Kat was coming. And it came in church. Yeah, roll tide, Stephen. Roll Tide partner. Stephen is a prophet, y'all. JB, I got a Kit Kat, man. I got it. I got it. So, but since JB said, since JB said that I got a wrong choice of word, I'm gonna leave that where it is. Cause what I was about to say would come out wrong. Okay, Double A said. I hope some of these Mammoth fans don't get in their feelings and start calling players' names because their guy didn't get the earned position. I got to start at. Yeah, because it's also time for some of our, I'm not going there. Stephen told me Sunday. Stephen told me last Friday, Ephraim. I'm going to go back to Ann. Let me put that back up there, Ann. Stephen told me Friday that I was going to be somewhere around the Kit Kat or whatever. So I get to church. And they give the father something, and this was sitting in my bag, Kit Kat. Yeah. All that kind of stuff. But I hope some of these Bama fans don't get in their feelings and start calling players' name because the guy didn't get the earned position. And not only that, Double A, I hope some of these Bama fans, when a player makes a mistake, don't be calling the man's house. Don't be threatening his life. It's just a game. It's a game. And then don't give. Now, here's where excuses come in. And what Governor JB was talking about, this from Piano Man's perspective, it's an excuse when you got access to a player and you call him and tell him, yo, blankety blank, cost me $3,000. No, he didn't tell you to put your $3,000 on that gambling thing. You did that on your own accord. That's a choice that you made. You made it as a fan. You see what I'm saying? But to call a player out, calling him, threatening his life, that needs to stop. That needs to stop. That needs to stop. That kind of stuff needs to stop. And most of you know exactly who I'm talking about. It happened to one of the players. Matter of fact, it happened to a bunch of them. It happened to a bunch of them. Whole lot of stuff going on with folks these days, but that ain't got nothing to do with Alabama football. But I'm just saying, there's a lot of things that has to change this year. Going forward, we got to be going forward. Yep, Formby was one of them. Yeah, I remember that incident. This is why you've got to be careful from every angle. It's some stuff happening in our world today that I'm gonna say it this way. If my father, the late Thomas D. Long, God rest my daddy's soul and his memory, if there were some things my daddy used to say back in the day, that if my daddy repeated that today, my daddy would either be sued or in jail. Me and my sister were talking about that the other day. He wouldn't mean nothing by it, but there's a lot of things that just because you got a lot of stuff going now. But where the problems coming in, let's see right here. But where the problems coming in, hold up, come on now. All right, where the problems coming in, we just got so much. I'm just saying, man. There you go. We just got so much going on, but some people, yeah, there's some racist folks out there. There's some sexist folks out there. There's some crazy folks out there. I mean, just you can't say stuff no more. Now, the racist stuff we can do without. The sexist stuff we can do without. I'm just saying. I'm just wanting, I'm just wanting folks to leave the players alone, let the coaches deal with them, and let us fans enjoy the game. That's what I want. But when we start getting into it, and I'm watching other social media venues, and folks are fighting in the stands over something that's going on the field, and you ain't got nothing to do with it, that's ludicrous. That's dumb. Folks breaking up television because your team lost. That's you going to have to spend $400, $500, $600 to go and get a new TV. That's all I'm saying. So there's a lot of stuff, but all I'm saying is we need to stop with all the dumb talk, all the racist talk, all the because I'm gonna say this. Say something out the way to me, and I'm gonna forget for a minute who I am. Because I don't play that. Because if I respect you, I know they got this thing going, respect is earned and not given. No, I'm going to give you respect because that's what I've been taught to do. That's what I've been taught to do. I ain't going to ask the 401k crew because they're probably going to say Piano Man disrespect us all the time. But I have yet to disrespect anybody. I'm just using the 401k crew for an example. To my knowledge, I have yet to disrespect them, and they have yet to disrespect me. We don't disrespect each other. We can have differences of opinion all day long, but it doesn't deserve a disrespect. That's all we're saying. Yeah. And you know what? And you know what? And I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna tell y'all something. And I'm gonna get ready to go because I gotta go take care of some business right quick. I was listening to a podcast, and the subject about quarterbacks came up. Okay. And what they said was Alabama couldn't win with a dual threat quarterback. But Piano Man read in between the lines. They didn't come out and say it, but it's what was implicated by saying that Alabama can't win with a black quarterback. That's basically what they meant. I say it. This is my channel. I can say what I want to say. I'm not going to disrespect anybody, but I'm just calling it for what it is. Basically, what they were trying to say is all of Alabama's championships have come by way of white quarterbacks. That's not true. That's not true. That's not true. Just saying now. That's the stuff that people need to be careful of on any side of the aisle. That's the stuff that we got to be careful of, because I'm going to say this now. Just because it's 2025, that don't mean that something can't pop off because somebody thinking that they can just say whatever they want to say. Nah, that day over. That day is over. And that don't just work with just black folks. That works with anybody. That works with any gender. That it just works that way. So sometimes it's just best to keep your opinion to yourself, go home and talk to the dog about it. And if the dog answer you back, either the dog is smart, you hearing things, and you need a psychiatrist. I'm just saying. But don't allow our passion to cloud our judgment, because don't do that. That's all I'm saying. And I've heard it on other talk shows and everything. And don't think Alabama's the only team that has this issue. All of them have it. All of them have it. They all have it. Got a lot of stuff going on in the world of college football these days. I'm not even going to address it. I'm going to go on to tell you, even in some aspects, players' sexuality has even been called out. That ain't got nothing to do with them playing football. What they do in their private time, that's them. That's them. That's all I'm saying. I didn't mean to be, I ain't being controversial. I'm just being factual right here, because Piano Man hears it. I live in Hattiesburg. USM is about 15 minutes away from me. I remember, JB, back in the Gap, when USM was having some quarterback issues. They brought in a guy, black guy, and that dude ran that offense like a champ. But he fooled around and made a mistake. Now, I used to work in surgery at the hospital. I walked in the lounge one day and they went in talking about it. And when I walked in on it, I walked in on the part. It just so happened that I walked in on it. And when the lady said, yeah, we don't need no Nick. And when I walked in, she hurried up and cut it off. But I'm the same dude that you want me to help you with your instruments. I'm the same guy. So if you feel comfortable in saying that about him, what are you saying about me? And that's how I took it. That's how I took it. And me and her parted company, and I ain't had nothing else to say. Because if you said that about a player, you'll say that about somebody else in just regular life. And that's why I don't condone it. I don't condone it. I'm going to speak up about it and speak out about it. Now, if you want to fight me about it, then shoot your best. No, I ain't going to say that. Take your best hit. But when I get up, player, I'm not going to tell you Jesus loves you. I'm not going to tell you that. I'm telling you for what it is. And I'm not promoting or condoning violence. But people don't take stuff lying down, folks. They're not going to do it. That's all Piano Man is saying. I'm a promoter of peace. I promote peace. I'm like JB. I'm trying to keep the peace. But some folks don't want peace. They love drama. They love chaos. They love confusion. They love it. They thrive on it. They go to bed with it. They wake up with it. And they live on it. They marinate in it. I don't. I choose to marinate in peace. I choose to operate in peace, operate in love, forgiveness, and this, that, and the third. But when you keep pushing a person's buttons, then one day when they explode, don't ask why. You know why. So let's stop this. And it can start right here with our channel. Because I get along with pretty much everybody. I really do. I really do. But what I don't want to see this year and hear about this year is when I get on the Tide 109 app and I'm seeing people talk about this, that, and the third. Somebody that said this and they done called the home of a player or called the phone of a player and done threatened his life, threatened his family's life. That's bull crap. It's just a game that you ain't getting paid for. They are. I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying. This year got to change. Because last year, I heard some stuff. And even before that, I've heard some stuff that, and that's why Coach Saban used to say, used to tell his players, don't listen to the media. Stay off of social media. You know good and well, Coach, they weren't going to do that. But when they ran into that, some of them, they couldn't handle it. And don't get me wrong. I know people are going to say what they want to say, but people need to start being careful. And when somebody retaliate back, understand why. Understand why. I'm hoping and praying that it never, I'm just saying. So on my page, on this page here, on this channel, first of all, I'm going to promote God. I'm going to be an example of what it's supposed to be. Then second of all, Alabama Crimson Tide. Because I've been a fan ever since. But what I'm not going to tolerate is from any fan base of any caliber is when we start putting players down, putting people down, calling them out their name, and this, that, and the third. And then you expect them to take it? Trust me, it's some folk that'll pull up on you now. And when they pull up on you, you're going to understand why when it's all over. So with that being said, I'm going to end the show, but I just want everybody to get along. People got to learn to get along because even down to this player thing, I just take things to heart, especially when you get to talking about loyalty. Man, I've seen loyalty destroy a lot of stuff. So what's up? Hey, be sharp. What time tonight, bro? What time tonight? What time tonight, B Sharp? Roll Tide to you, bro. Yeah, just people need to watch it. All I'm saying, people just need to watch it. Be careful. 6:30 Central Time, 7:30 Eastern. Everybody to the west of Mississippi, you know what time that is for you. So, hey, we're gonna be with B Sharp tonight, 6:30. Let's be there. I'm coming, B Sharp, and everything. But let's do this. Let's have fun tonight with B Sharp. Bring your questions. And just make it happen, okay? So that's that. I appreciate everybody for coming. First of all, before I say this, don't forget next Monday, tentatively right now, HBCU Day. We're going to be honoring HBCUs. I'm trying to put that program together. I'm trying to pull some things off and everything. So tentatively Monday, want to try to get HBCU Day off the ground. We're going to honor all HBCUs, whomever they may be. If you come to the channel, we want to honor you. We want to talk to you. We want to, because they're part of this NCAA construct too, even though the NCAA ain't got no power no more. But, they're part of that too. And then the second thing I want to say is to remind you that on July the 23rd, that will be the last day for the summer series because Piano Man goes back to work on the 24th, only to be ready to go back to face my students on the 28th of July. They're getting early and earlier. I plan on making this my last year of teaching. And then hopefully I got some more things going and all that good stuff, but hopefully this will be my last year of teaching. I just don't have that drive that I used to have and everything, but I'm lining up something else as we speak. And so y'all just pray for me in that area. But shout out to all teachers everywhere. If you're listening, hey, big ups to you. We have a grind and we have a battle to fight each and every day. So a shout out to all teachers that may be listening. You can become a part of the channel. Also, if you haven't ever subscribed to the channel here, hey, I welcome you. We all welcome you. Wait a minute. I'm trying to do something here. Here we go. I'm looking at something. I'm learning to utilize more of all right. I'm up to 190 subscribers. Yep. I'm up to 190 subscribers, and I need 10 more from being 200. I want that 200 this week. 200. You know, F from you, something serious, man. I got to see. 10 subs away from 200, and the Lord willing, I hope to get even more than that during the season. But this is all done in the off season. I'm so appreciative for all 190 subscribers, all 190 of y'all. I thank you. But we got to keep it moving, and we got to keep growing, and we got to keep doing the best that we can. Now I'm gonna tell you this. Like I said, I do the best that I can in bringing the best of the content that I can. But if it wasn't for you all as subscribers and listeners and this, that, and the third, interchanging with each other and exchanging even with me, whether we agree or not on stuff, that's what makes it all healthy. Now we can disagree without being disagreeable, right? Right. And that's what we're going to continue to do. So thank you for that, Stephen. See, Stephen. Wait a minute. Nothing. Anyway. It's good too, Stephen. But 10 subs away from 200. If you've never subscribed, to be sharp. Here's my list. Listen. These are the dudes right here. Spalding Shoulded, Jake Merrill, Jance, Jonathan Lewis, Tez, KB, B Sharp, Ty Hayes, Coach Al, Coach Carr, Coach Sean, Marvin Constant, Justin Smith, and Clint Lamb. Those are the guys that you, and many others. Stephen said it best yesterday. There are thousands of other Bama content creators. And so subscribe to them. Subscribe to them. Now, you can't subscribe to everybody because some folks just want to be seen. And they ain't studying you. But these guys that I just named, they love everybody. Latoya, I have till the 23rd of July. Oh, I know what Latoya talking about. I haven't done it. Thank you, Latoya. See, that's why I keep you around. I forgot. I think somebody did do it, but I didn't. Come on now. Here we go. 74 days. And we roll. Florida State, here we come. Right back where we started from. We coming. 74 days, Latoya, and we roll. Okay, Double A, you know me, don't you? You know me. So anyway, listen, if you never subscribe to these channels that I just called, subscribe to them. There are other podcasters and content creators that's out there that is really pushing Bama football. Subscribe to them, listen to them, be a part of them, and all that good stuff. Now, 74 days, and we roll the knoll. The wall, I'm with Stephen and Latoya, the wall of hell no is coming. I want some people. Listen, y'all know what I want to see before I get out of here? I want to see some fighting on the sideline, getting up in somebody's face. Let's get with the getting and then get out there and kick some tail, okay? Now, shout out to all podcasters, the content creators everywhere. Listen, our voices are being heard, our faces are being remembered, and our content is being recognized. Keep doing what you do and continue to keep striving. Now, listen, my pastor said something last night after I got off the line here. I went straight into our jurisdictional Bible study and prayer and everything. And it's something that he said last night. And I want to challenge you with this. Listen, your best days are ahead of you. I want you to receive that. I want you to believe that. Your best days are ahead of you. Don't let nobody tell you anything different. Don't let nobody try to make you believe anything different. My pastor, Bishop Kenneth E. Preston, said last night that your best days are ahead of you, So walk in that. So to all content creators, podcasters, to all of you, your best days are ahead of you. And my pastor always encourages us by saying, stay focused, drive, and go forward. Stay focused, drive, and go forward. Now, if you see a little dude about 5'6", a little dark-skinned guy with some glasses, and he smile all the time, that's Bishop Preston, okay? I might have him on here one day. That's Bishop Preston, but that's my pastor. And he encourages us to stay focused, drive, and go forward. And that's what I want us to do as individuals. That's what I want us to do as Tide and Bama Nation. That's what I want us to do as a family. Just stay focused, drive, and go forward. And always remember, first of all, and then next thing, I appreciate everybody that's in here, all 20 of y'all, 22 of y'all that's in the chat, everybody, and I don't call names, to the 401k crew, OG Gill, we're praying for you, man. We got you. You know we love you. If you're listening, you know we have you in prayer, big dog. Just continue to stay focused, drive, and go forward. And things are going to get better. Now, to all of you that's in the chat, thank you for coming. Don't forget, we're going to be with B Sharp tonight. At what time? 7:30 Eastern, 6:30 Central, and everybody to the west of Mississippi, you know what time it is for you there. You know what time we're coming on. So with that being said, y'all know how I end it. I may not see you today or tomorrow, but I will see you in the long run. I'm no expert, but I know what I'm talking about. Until tomorrow, God bless. Have a great day. Roll Tide, and we will see you in the morning on the morning run. Have a great day, everybody.